There's a lot of history behind Super Duty's gas V8. The folks at Ford are smart enough to know that when you've got something so good and you want to make it better, the next improvement is the obvious one. So, they made the 5.4-liter into a bigger 6.2-liter engine, designed and built by Ford. Bigger pistons, bigger intake valves, a larger engine bore diameter, and the intake and exhaust manifolds were all given some extra girth. They also upped the IQ, so all that size and power would include improved fuel efficiency. Now, you get an engine that gives you all that, plus more torque, more horsepower, more towing, and more hauling. Think of a valedictorian in a jock's body. When it comes to engines and transmissions, I like to think of them like a superhero and a sidekick. Well, the Ford guys who built this 6-speed automatic transmission tell me that might be true if your sidekick was Hercules. They tell me this new 6-speed transmission has bigger and heavier gears that can take the torque like never before. A new precise gear system was incorporated, so there's less friction, and newly designed friction plates throughout the transmission allow fluid to drain more efficiently. All that means less parasitic loss. That's less energy being lost from the engine, leaving more power for you and better fuel efficiency. So when you're in overdrive while towing a small city block, you're actually using fewer RPMs because the new torque converter locks up at lower speeds.
Last March, the Super Duty went head-to-head against Silverado and Ram. The goal was to test fuel efficiency. Chris Brewer, if memory serves, Super Duty did pretty well.
We did, Mike. We beat the Ram, we beat the Chevy hands down back in March.
We were testing diesel back then. Today we're testing gas.
Yes. The reason why it's important is we've got our new 2011 Super Duty with our most recent upgrades. It gets 385 horsepower, 405 foot-pounds of torque, more than the other guy.
How are we going to demonstrate it in terms of real apples to apples?
What we've got set up here, regular cab, 4x2, base configurations from Dodge, GM, and Ford. They all have their 373 final drive ratios, which are their most fuel-efficient axles. We all have 1,500 pounds of payload. We're going to be running these trucks around in a controlled loop. 3 gallons of fuel per each truck. We'll be doing city driving, some suburban driving, and some highway driving.
And measured with a flow meter.
Exactly. The flow meter is a piece of equipment we use. It'll measure the fuel usage down to 4 decimal points of fuel.
So all we need now are the results. That's not going to happen until the test begins. Let's go watch it.
The first time the alarm goes off, you get it off the road.
Okay, hold at 35.
Just below half.
Chevy just died.
Dodge is out.
Are you excited? You see it coming?
It's exciting, Mike. After running the test, we averaged the numbers, and the Ram and Silverado ran out of fuel within about 0.2 of a mile of each other at the 48-mile marker. And the Super Duty made it to 51 miles. And the great part about our new truck with the new engine in it is that we're going to give the customer more horsepower and torque than the other guys, and we're going to get better fuel efficiency.
When it comes to a heavy-duty gas work truck, these are the most fuel efficient.
While being the most capable at the same time.
So you make it better when you add that capable part. It's moments like this I really wonder what my purpose here is.
It's to make us all look good, Mike.
I'll work on that. Thanks and congratulations.
Thank you, Mike.
You're a winner, Chris. Putting our final touches on a wide load. We've got cinder blocks, we've got pipes, about 9,000 pounds hooked up to the Super Duty, improperly loaded.
So Mike, the intent of this exercise is to show a new feature we offer called trailer sway control. The most important thing a customer can do when trailering is to load the trailer up properly. For the purpose of this demonstration, we've loaded the trailer improperly to induce sway at 40 miles per hour. Trailer sway control will kick in and then help compensate for the trailer that's moving in a way that you didn't intend it to move.
Is it standard in the competition?
Nope, competition doesn't have it.
We're going to hook up this trailer to the Dodge, to the Chevy, and to the Super Duty. Got cameras all over the place, and we'll be watching it from somewhere down there.
Someplace safe at a distance.
The results speak pretty well for themselves. Sum it up for me.
When we tested the Chevy yesterday and the Dodge today, they both began to wag their tails significantly where, they couldn't stay in their lane. The beauty of our trailer sway control feature is the brakes start to think for you by using the truck electronics in conjunction with the trailer electronics to work in concert to bring the trailer back under control. Unfortunately for the Dodge, it didn't yield the same results.
Dodge and Chevy seem to use a little more of the road. I think the big point, you've referred to this time and again as a safety feature. It's not just the safety of the driver or the people in the truck that we're testing, it's anybody out on this road.
That's right. The technology is a huge safety enhancement for what our customers expect from us.